Hello and welcome to Long's Toys. I have an Ultraman X review for you today. I've known about Ultraman for a while. I've never really gotten into it. I've kind of seen things here or there. But X is the first one that I'm starting with as it starts. It just came out. I think the second episode is aired, but I've only seen the first episode because I'm kind of a week behind. But it looks pretty cool, and I'm excited to kind of be here from the beginning and experience the ride all the way through. So here we have the Henshin device for Ultraman X. This is the Deluxe X Devizer Henshin set. Now you can buy just the Devizer by itself, but they kind of do this nice little bundle where it gives you the X vinyl doll as well, and it gives you 2 additional cards. I think the normal set just comes with the Devizer and the Ultraman card. So it really was only somewhere in the area of like $5 to $10 more to get a vinyl doll and 2 more cards. So I thought, why not? It looks like a pretty nice set. Really cool graphics here. You got Ultraman X up here in the top. You got nice pictures here on the front. Nice picture on the side. This side as well. And it kind of looks like on this show, Ultraman, once he defeats a monster, he gets a little vinyl doll of it, and then he can upload it through the Henshin device, and then he kind of gets like armor based on those monsters, almost kind of like Mega Man, like taking the powers of the foes you defeat. And that's kind of what attracted me to this season. It looks pretty neat. I'm kind of excited. So we will go ahead, get this guy out of the packaging, and take a closer look. Okay, so out of the box, here is just the Devizer. I will move on to everything else we get in the set. It does take 3 AAA batteries, which go in the back right here under this panel, on and off switch. But it's pretty cool. I think this is pretty neat. You can see this is going to be the reader for the Spark dolls, which is what they call the little vinyl dolls. You have 2 buttons here. If you get in close, there's like a circle button and like a play button. So, kind of like an old VCR or something like that. This is the button up top here that if you press that, it flips out the sides. And you can see once you do that, there's this really nice kind of metallic blue paint underneath, which I think looks really great. So close that back up. So I'll go ahead and turn it on, and you can see what happens when you turn it on. You can see the silhouette of Ultraman underneath. And it will just kind of keep doing this pulsating. So it will just keep doing that pulsating sound, so I'm going to turn it off for a second. If you hit the play button during this time, the woman's voice will say like phase 1 or phase 2 or phase 5. It's random. You just keep pressing the button and she'll say like a different phase and tell you something that needs to be done. So I'm going to turn it back off for a second. So I think there's 1 through 5 different phases, and it's completely random what order she says them in. I'm not going to keep hitting the button until we hear all of them, but there's probably 1 or 2 we didn't hear. Now, if you press the circle button, so it's kind of like she contacts him, and actually if you press that button, it will stop pulsating. It's kind of like, she tried to call him on the phone, and he responded. Now, if you let it sit for a while, it will kind of like talk to you, like say something like, hey, well, why are you neglecting me, or something to that effect. It will try to get his attention. Let me see if I can let this sit. Well, I don't want to let it sit forever, but it will say something. Oh, there you go. He says, oh, he's trying to get his attention. So there we go. Now in this mode, it's a reader. It's not like they, I'll bring these in right now. These are the 3 cards that you get. There's the Ultraman X card. And these are really nice, durable, hard plastic. I'm told it's very similar to the Deca Driver cards. They're very nice and firm, not flimsy plastic at all. Like you're not going to hurt them. And then the two extra cards you get are Cyber Gomora and Cyber Elect King. And I have to say they both look pretty awesome. I really like this guy. He's blue. My favorite color is blue, so I'm partial. But you have some kind of stats here on the back, which is pretty cool. Now, if you slide these in while it's in reader mode, so she'll go back to saying phase stuff. And then you can pop this one in. Unfortunately, I don't really know what they're saying. So I'm going to pull this. For some reason, this one likes to get stuck in there a little bit. It kind of bends down and hits a little groove up here. Also, I'll pop in the Ultraman card. That I do. Isho ni Tatakao is let's fight together. So that's pretty cool. That's what, if you just have it closed, it's just kind of a reader, and it'll kind of tell you what the cards are and, you know, say a little something about them, but I'm not quite sure exactly what. But we'll go ahead and take a look now. Once it use it as a Henshin device, and we'll open it up. Before we get back to the Henshin device, I wanted to take a look here at the Ultraman X vinyl doll that comes in this set. I think it's really nice, especially for a vinyl doll. It's very nicely detailed and painted. I love the yellow and blue X here on the chest. I think he's got a pretty cool design. Not a whole lot of movement for these, but there is some articulation here at the waist. And the arms can swivel all the way around. That's the same for both arms. No head movement, no feet or anything. They're just, you know, very cheap little toys. But he does have this chip in his foot, which it can read, which we'll take a look at. But I just wanted to get a quick close-up look at the vinyl doll. I think it looks pretty good. I'm not usually a big fan of vinyl dolls just because they are so limited in articulation. But this is very well done. Very nice paint. Very nice detail. Overall, I think he looks really good. Okay, so if we turn this on again, and now we press the button on top, and then we take our Ultraman X vinyl doll and scan his foot on the reader. So that's how they merge. And again, it's going to pulsate. If we take one of these cards that we have, so that's going to show he puts the monster and it says that the armor's active. And then his appearance changes, kind of like what I showed you on the box, where, you know, his armor gets different. He has kind of like hand fist weapons and stuff. So I think that's pretty neat. If you press this button again, you get one extra sound. If you press it again, it's just going to go through all the Henshin noises again. So if we pop him out, and we can try the other card. So I think that's pretty cool. If you press this play button, it's going to kind of do like it did when it was in the reader mode, where it's just going to say some phrases. And it might be dependent on which card you have active. I'm not really sure why this is continuing to load. I must be hitting something else by accident. I'll take the card out. And now it's doing the Henshin sound again. So as you can tell, this thing has a crazy amount of sounds in it. And it's really just kind of... It's just kind of playing with it to figure out all of them. I mean, depending on... There's way more cards that are coming out. You know, there's more Spark Dolls, obviously, that are coming out. So... Between all of those and all of the, you know, there's just so many sounds in this thing. I probably would never even find them all because I just guessing what to do based on the directions since I'm not fluent in Japanese, unfortunately. But it's a lot of fun so far, and that's with limited, just one Spark Doll and a couple cards. So it's pretty fun. Also, I just wanted to show real quick, this is a Jeanbot from the Ultraman Change series that came out during Ginga, so it is older, and if we turn this on, he does have a chip in his foot. Come on, you. It's hard because this thing's kind of in the way. There we go. So I think that's pretty cool. It recognizes that it's Jeanbot, or Johnbot, or however they pronounce it. So this is definitely an older toy. This is not from the X line, and it does recognize it in the reader. So, like I said, it's the only one that I happen to have handy. I don't have any of the old vinyl dolls, but you guys will have to let me know. It looks like this thing does have backwards compatibility. It should be able to read old toys with chips, old Spark Dolls, old vinyl toys. So if you guys have one of these and you have some of the Spark Dolls that from the past and you know they do work, please let me know because I'm very interested to know that. I think it's pretty cool. One thing I have kind of noticed, you have to be careful, and it's probably not going to show up super well, but the screen is a little scratched up. It's not terrible, and when you just look at it, you don't really notice it. But I think it's from sliding the cards up and down the surface, since they're kind of a durable plastic and they're pretty solid. They're scratching the screen up a little bit. And it's, like I said, it's not terrible, but there, you can kind of see it there. Again, it's not, yeah, there's a good picture of it. It's not terrible, but it's definitely something to be worried about, because I don't really know how to prevent it. So yeah, just something to look out for there. So I think this thing is a lot of fun. Like I said, this is the first Ultraman series that I'm like diving into at the beginning and you know, taking the full ride with the series, which is always fun. But I think it's pretty neat. I mean, it definitely has a lot of sounds in there. It's probably got even more sounds that I don't know about because I can't fully understand the instructions, so I'm just trial and erroring, if that's a word, my way through this thing. But I think it's great. I mean, it was relatively inexpensive. It was somewhere in the area of like $35 to $40 if I remember correctly. That's before shipping, of course. But you get the X Devizer, the Henshin device. You get a Spark Doll. You get 3 beautiful cards. Really nice, durable cards. My only complaint is it does look like those cards are kind of scratching the surface a little bit. But it's only if you get really close or reflect the light off it just right. It's not going to ruin the LED inside. It's a beautiful LED inside. Really nice screen with a lot of different colors, which is cool. So I don't think it's going to ruin the screen. It's just, it's not, you know, pristine anymore. But I mean, toys are meant to be played with. At least that's what I think. So, you know, what are you going to do? But yeah, there's tons of sounds. I think the fact that it read the old Jeanbot from the Change series from Ginga, that's awesome. That means it's got backwards compatibility. It's very possible it could read all the old Spark Dolls from Ginga, maybe even farther back. I don't know. But I think that's awesome possibility there. There's going to be tons more Spark Dolls for X coming out. There's going to be tons of more cards coming out. I know that there was a card Series 1 and there's a card Series 2. Unfortunately, my card Series 1, I ordered it too late and I didn't make the first round, so it's like back ordered on HobbyLink, I think till December, which is kind of a bummer, but we'll see. But I do have the second one pre-ordered. There was a binder to store the cards in that I think came with a couple cards. I have that. We'll be getting to that. So I think it's great. If you're a fan of Ultraman, if you're thinking about getting into Ultraman like I am, I think this is going to be a good series to try it out on. I have high hopes. Like I said, I've only seen the first episode so far, but I think it looks pretty fun. I'm excited to go through, you know, the series. I'm excited to take the ride. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. You know, if you've been watching Ultraman for a while, you know, I'd like to hear from your past experiences. If you have one of these and you know that the old Spark Dolls do work because you've tried it, I'd love to hear that. Or, you know, just let me know what you think in general. So please like and share this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the Ultraman X Deluxe X Devizer set. And thanks for watching.